Okay, Saturday, 5th of April 2025. So Adrian's daily vlog, sharing smart stuff mentioned now. Psychology Saturday. Understand yourself and others. The more complex a system, the more variables there are. The more complex a system, really, the more vulnerable it is. Now, this is an interesting truism to understand about systems and risk analysis. The more complex something is as a whole, the more moving parts there are fundamentally, especially electronic and mechanical as well, in a literal sense. The more moving parts there are, the exponentially more vulnerable it is to exponentially smaller problems. A spanner in the works, a nice little idiom there. That's worth understanding in a sense of risk analysis, understanding what could go wrong. There's a beautiful law, I guess. I want to say Moore's law. Anything that can go wrong, or is it Sod's law? I don't know. Anything that can go wrong will or would. If it's in the realms of possibility, I did a video about this as well. Understanding not getting what's likely impossible mixed up. If it's in the realms of possibility, then there's a chance it could indeed happen. It could be 1%, 0%, anything, you name it, within a system. A system being mechanical, physical, a mental, or in this case, locks for a river, anything. Mechanical here, mechanical there, electronic, you name it. A mental system, a model, a mathematical model, a construction, anything. A building, in a literal sense, a building. If there's a problem, if there's something that could go wrong, if it's in the realms of possibility, then we have to assume and account for that and be aware of that and to prepare ourselves against it. That's powerful. It's risk assessment, really. I did a video as well, months ago at this point, that if 1% versus 0% chance of something bad happening, if there's a 1% chance, no matter how big or small or drastic, 1%, you could argue, depending on the severity, is too much. Even 1,000% is too much. So then within reason, if something's got a 0% chance, an alternative, all things being equal, go for the 0% chance thing of happening. Reducing risk. Reducing risk meaning fewer black swans. Black swans meaning an event that may or may not happen. The likelihood is whatever, but the severity is disproportionately large than the risk of it actually happening. That's the downside protection, really. That's the risk management. If you can always protect against something bad happening, you've got things hedged. You've got protection, insurance at least. I did a video about this as well, about nearly a year ago, about insurance and this peace of mind. That's what you're truly buying. You're buying truly peace of mind with insurance. If you've got ways to mitigate that risk in this ecosystem, whatever it may be, physical, tangible, you name it. If you've got ways to mitigate that risk, that's powerful. You've got longevity at that point. Because it's not so much the upside that matters. The upside is amazing. Oh, la-di-da, 1,000, 10,000%, you name it. Oh, thousands and tens of thousands, millions, tens of millions. Wow, good profit. It's the downside that matters. Fundamentally, you're only as strong as your weakest link. In a system, in a network, anything. Whatever the weakest link is, that's the maximum. That's the phenotypic limit in some way of the system, the ecosystem. So it's worth understanding that's your strongest point. Protect that, hedge against the downside, protect, risk management, portfolio management, what percentage, things like that. When I was learning Forex, about 10 years ago briefly, in any one trade, we risked no more than something like 0.5% of our total portfolio size per trade, per transaction. Powerful rule of thumb. If you're really risky, 1%. If you're really pushing, 1.5%, and small numbers. But we just need to be right a few times. That asymmetrical trade. That little trade here, like this, but it returns that. That's all we need, really. Everything else is risk management. It's a famous quote, really, by Warren. He talks about two rules of making money. One is never lose it, and two is refer back to rule one. Meaning, fundamentally, know the risk. I did a video about this as well, actually, about a year ago when I was in Isle of Man. Know the risk. Always know the risk. Very powerful. Very, very important. Yes. But otherwise, Adrian's daily vlog, sharing smart stuff mentioned now. Subscribe for more, and you will see me tomorrow.